Hello yogis, welcome to your practice. My name is Megan and I'm guiding you today. We're going to be working on opening up our hips and a peak pose of a bird of paradise. So if you need a strap, because there's going to be some binding, go ahead, grab yourself a strap or a belt. You might need a block as well. So grabbing your props and then joining me on your backs in a reclined butterfly. We're going to start our practice today with our soles of the feet together, knees bent and opened wide, getting right into our hips, slight tuck of the tailbone, shoulders tucked behind your back as well, and just laying flat on the mat, perhaps using blocks to support your legs underneath each knee, or letting them fall open a little more with every exhale. Settling into a pose where you can shut down your eyes or lower your gaze and start to focus in on your body. Bringing your attention to your physical self. Letting go of any effort, releasing the muscles in your belly so that on your inhales you feel it expand and rise. And with every exhale, you feel yourself heavier on the mat. Setting aside any other thought, setting aside any lists, things to do, bringing your awareness to your breath and working at creating a rhythm and a pace that you can maintain throughout your practice and use as an anchor to drop back into this moment and into your body. In practices like today, where we try to push ourselves over an edge or do something new, we often are challenged by our ego. By what we hope it looks like, what we want to happen, by expectations. I invite you to choose an intention for your practice or a mantra that celebrates you exactly as you are, a mantra that is of self-love, that includes your flaws, that includes your perceived shortcomings, that lets go of the ego, and that leaves space for trust, that you are where you need to be, that you will go where you need to go, And that if you find yourself in a place where you are compromised, where your ego is challenged, that you can come out of it. That your love will redirect you. Take 5 more breaths here. When you're finished your breaths, use your hands to gently bring your legs back together. Oof. And send your left leg long on the mat. Actually, at the end of your last breath, use your hands to guide your legs back together and plant the soles of your feet underneath your knees. So heels and knees are stacked. Pausing here, noticing the release in your lower back with knees bent. Noticing the warmth you've already created in your hips. And bring your arms alongside you in a cactus, elbows and shoulders in line. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, drop your knees towards one side. Keeping your shoulders firmly planted, just warming up the spine here. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, drop over to the other side. This time, when you're ready, roll over completely onto your belly. As we'll be doing binds and getting into our shoulders, we'll start warming them up now. So bringing your flat on your belly, your arms are now wide, so your hands are straight, everything is in line. Start to use your right hand, plant it next to you as if you were going to do a push-up, and push yourself gently over your shoulder on your left side, perhaps taking a step back with your right foot right behind your left leg, really opening up the shoulder here. You can gauge how much sensation you have by how much you are rolling onto the shoulder. Again, finding some balance between effort and ease. Of course, there are some sensations, but we don't want there to be pain. Sending your breath into the opening of your shoulder. And exhale, gently roll back onto your belly. Bring your right arm long. Setting up for the next side, place your left hand down, aligned with your chest, and roll onto your right shoulder. Taking a step back, perhaps for balance with your left leg. Noticing any difference from one side to another. Noticing any difference from one side to another. And roll out of it slowly. We'll meet at the center of our mat in a tabletop position. From tabletop, we'll start right away to warm up our core. So slight tuck of the tailbone for a neutral spine. Palms are beneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide. Curl your toes underneath. And on the next inhale, pushing into your hands and toes, lift your knees just to hover above the mat, maintaining that neutral spine. Just about an inch, barely lifted, warming up the body. Breathing here, not holding our breath. And on the exhale, drop your knees. Take a moment. Inhale, curl your tailbone up, drop the belly, open up the chest, look up. Exhale, come back to neutral. Inhale, press into your hands and feet again, lift those knees. Breathing here in our hovering table. Extend your right leg back and your left leg back. You're in a plank. Staying strong here at the top of our feet. Breathing in between your shoulder blades. You're pushing the mat away. We're going to slowly lower down to the mat. So either dropping your knees or just as slow as you can, bending in the elbows and gently lowering yourself down. Bring your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Push into the mat and peel yourself up on the inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. This time, interlace your hands behind you. And on the inhale, reach your upper body up, reaching your arms behind you, maybe lifting them away from your back, rolling the shoulders open, breathing here. I like to get in some neck rolls here and exhale, lower down. Bring your cheek to the mat, just take a moment. And on your next inhale, we'll do that one more time. Reaching behind you with your interlaced hands, peeling yourself up. Maybe playing with lifting your feet up as well. Seeing if on every inhale you can lift yourself off the mat even more. And exhale, let it all go. Bring your fingertips back to your nipple line, framing your chest. Curl your feet under and inhale through table or plank. Exhale, you're in downward dog. Taking a moment here to get situated, pushing into the knuckles of your hands and equally weight distributed into your feet, which are about hip width apart. Intending the heels towards the mat. It's not a big deal if they don't touch. Curling your sit bones towards the sky. Maybe pedaling your feet one at a time, bending at the knee. Sinking your chest in between your biceps and rotating your shoulders so that the creases of your elbows are pointing forward, but it's coming from the shoulders. So if you can look into your underarms. We'll float into a plank. Inhale, come up on your tippy toes as high as you can. And like a wave, roll yourself into plank. Exhale, bend the knees, send your hips back, come into a downward dog. 2 more times. Warming up that spine, warming up our core. Last one, slower than you've done for the first 2. And find stillness in your downward dog. Start walking your hands back towards your feet and add a generous bend in your knees. We'll ragdoll at the back of our mat. Again, getting into our shoulders, reach your arms above you and have the palms facing ahead of you. Letting your arms sort of drop open. You might be holding onto your strap here as well. Help you with balance or interlacing your hands and really reaching out. Letting go of your hands, bringing them back onto the mat or actually pressing them into your shins. Inhale, straighten out your legs, straighten out your back, weight in your feet, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, generous bend in the knees. Exhale, slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand, bringing your shoulders up to your ears and rolling them down your back, coming into Dasana. Feeling all four corners of the feet, your palms are facing forward, shoulders are relaxed. Powerful in your mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over completely. Inhale, generous bend in the knees. Reach your arms ahead of you, keeping your chest and stomach connected to your thighs. Weight is in your heels, about a 90-degree angle in the legs. Breathing here. And now start to reach your upper chest and stomach off your thighs, keeping your legs as they are. Weight in the heels. And now keeping your legs as they are, knees are stacked over heels or ankles so you can see your toes. Bring the weight into your toes and see if you can lift up your heels. Reach your arms behind you, bird of prey, as high as you can on your toes. And then start straightening out your legs on the inhale. Reach your arms up, tippy tippy toes. Exhale, drop it down, let it go, fold over. Walk your hands back out and come into your downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hips, so send that knee towards the sky, heel towards your bum. Nothing has changed in your shoulders, maybe even glancing over your left shoulder, underneath your left underarm, so that you can maintain that parallel in your shoulders. On your next exhale, bring your knee into your right shoulder and drop your foot on the outside of your right foot. Drop your back heel, coming into warrior two. Bring yourself all the way up. Your left foot is aligned with the short end of your mat, and your right knee is intending over your right pinky toe. Slight tuck of the tailbone, arms radiating towards either side. Weight equally distributed in both legs. Inhale, flip your front palm and reach it behind you. Just here for a moment, getting a nice side stretch. And exhale, bring your right hand down to the mat, so close inside your right foot or onto a block. And reach your left hand above you. Almost connecting our right shoulder and right knee. Getting a nice deep opening in our hips and our groin. Flip your left palm to face behind you and bend the arm to bring your hand into the crease of your hip. So resting it on your thigh, you're in a half bind here. If you're feeling strong right away, you can come into the full bind, lifting your right hand and clasping your left. Exhale, put your left arm down, take a big step back. You're in downward dog. Walk that out a bit. Pretty intense in the hips to start. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts, this time three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip. On your next exhale, send your left knee towards your left shoulder. Drop the foot on the outside of your left hand. Drop your back heel and roll yourself up, warrior two. Left foot in front. Finding your rhythm of breath, finding your intention, letting go of ego. Inhale, flip your front palm and dance it back. Reach towards the opposite end of your mat. Getting a juicy stretch from your left hip crease all the way up to your left fingertips. And exhale, come back to warrior two. And reach your left hand to a block or the mat. Reaching your right arm up now. Stacking hands and shoulders, chest is open. Connecting our left knee and our left shoulder. Maybe even flipping our right palm to face behind us and connecting it into our hip crease, resting on our thigh, making sure that if we're doing so that our shoulder is rolled open so we haven't changed, so that we're not leaning towards the mat, we're leaning towards behind us, or coming into the full bind if you have the space. Here, a strap will come in handy to help create space if you need it between you and your thigh. Exhale, bring your hands back down, take a step back, you're in downward dog. Taking a moment here to find your rhythm of breath, finding a child's pose or joining me. Inhale through plank. Exhale, lower down completely. Inhale, back foot of choice. Exhale, lower. Pausing here, interlace your hands the opposite way. Inhale, reach your arms behind you, open up the chest again. Maybe lift the legs. Exhale, lower. Bringing your inhale through plank or table. Exhale, downward dog. Gonna add on to this now. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Pausing here. Bend the knee, open up the hip. And exhale, bring your right knee to connect with your right shoulder and drop the foot. Drop your left heel and roll yourself up. You're back in a warrior two. This time in warrior two, inhale, flip the palm, reach behind you and straighten out that back leg as well. You are one long line from your fingertips all the way right to your right toes. Exhale, come back in warrior two, bending into that front leg, and plant your right hand back down. We'll come into the bind, flipping your left hand behind you, palm facing behind you, either grabbing your shirt or a strap or a belt to connect, or if you have the space and you're able to grab your fingers, grabbing onto them. Playing with taking the weight off of your leg and creating space in between your side body and your thigh. Where is your ego? If you are feeling strong here, stay here. If you need to work on your bind, work on your bind. If you want to move into another posture, start working your back leg, heel toe it in a little bit, and take a big step to the top of your mat. Maintaining your bind. Your feet are now just a little over hip width apart. Start shifting your weight towards your left foot and lift your right heel off the mat, always in your bind. You might be staying here, finding your breath. Add a little slight bend to the left foot and play with picking up your right foot. Maybe you're just playing with that, or if you have some balance going on today, start lifting up your chest and working towards coming to stand with your bind, holding your leg. The challenge here is maintaining your hips parallel and your chest up. You don't want to be sunk over like this, so maybe even just working at opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest, and playing, if you are standing, with straightening your right leg in the bind, bird of paradise. Always saving enough energy, should take my own advice, always saving enough energy to come out of it the same way that you came, and playing with the posture if you do fall out. So to come out of it, planting our foot back down, shifting our weight back into our right foot, and taking a generous step back with our left, coming into our binded warrior two, Let go of the arms. Exhale, drop your left hand down, take a big step back, downward dog. Drop your knees and send your thumb to your heels, take a seat. Bring a hand to your heart and one to your chest and shut down your eyes. Tuning back into your rhythm of breath. Tuning back to your heart, controlling its rhythm. Everything that just happened there, let it go. Stop thinking about it. Think about the energy you're feeling right now, the heat in your body, the space in your shoulder, the space in your right side, how it feels different from your left. In moments when your ego is challenged, when you feel frustration, coming back to your body, the physical sensations. Trusting that you are on the right path. You will get where you need to go. And when you're ready, we'll come back in a downward dog. Know what to expect now for the other side. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Three-legged dog with your knee towards the sky. Exhale, connect your knee towards your left elbow and drop your foot next to your left hand. Drop the back heel and roll yourself up, warrior two. Feeling strong in your warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm, reach it behind you, straighten out that left leg, get a nice stretch. One long line in this side bend. And exhale, bend back in the knee, come back, warrior two. Playing with our bind, playing with bird of paradise wherever you are. Exhale, bring your left hand down, reaching your right arm up. Warming up that hip. You might just be playing here, and that is totally fine. You are exactly where you need to be. Flipping your left hand towards so the palm faces behind you, or your right hand, sorry, and bringing it into your crease. Grabbing a strap or using your left hand to grab your fingers and playing with creating space between your thigh and side body, maintaining that long line from your head all the way down to your left foot behind you, your right foot behind you. Noticing the different sensations from one side to another. I can already tell I'm tighter on this side. Bringing your gaze downwards, shifting your weight into your left foot, start heel toeing your right, and seeing if you can gently place it parallel to your left at the top of your mat. Playing here with shifting your weight from side to side, and then grounding your left foot. Finding your rhythm of breath, playing with lifting your left heel off the mat, maybe even your left toes, and working your way into a standing position with your bind, holding onto your left leg. Trying to stack your hips and your heel, not leaning towards one side, always maintaining that slight tuck of the tailbone for a long spine. Looking straight ahead, focusing on one point, coming back into it, playing with it as you lose yourself in this balance, and playing with straightening out your left leg if you have the bind. Bending and saving energy. to gently bring your left leg back to the mat. Take a big step back with your right foot. And unravel. Drop your right hand, come back in downward dog. Pausing here. Take one deep inhale with me. Exhale, sigh it out. Let it all go. Inhale, come through plank. Find yourself in a child's pose if you want a little break. Exhale, lower yourself down fully. Interlace your hands the opposite way. Inhale, reach them behind you, lift up. Maybe lift your legs up. Exhale, lower. Bring your fingertips to the nipple line. Inhale through plank or table. Exhale, downward dog. If you're already in a child's pose, we're joining you there. So bringing your knees to the mat, take them wide so that each knee is coming to each side of the mat. And you're sitting back onto your heels. Bring your hands behind you just so that you can lift up your bum, curl the tailbone, and plant them back down on the heels for that long spine. Reach up your arms and then gently start reaching forward, bringing your hands to the mat and crawling your upper body down, putting your core in between your thighs and dropping your head. Letting go of your peak posture. Just feeling the sensations of the effort you just put into your body. Finding stillness as we start to slow down. Relaxing the muscles in your face, in between your eyebrows, dropping the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Breathing into your back, all the way into your hips. Let's do another deep breath together. Inhale. Exhale, big sigh. Start walking your hands back towards your legs. We're sitting up onto our heels. And make your way onto your bum. Reaching your feet out in front of you, long. Slight bend in the knee if you like. If you're feeling tight in your legs still. As if there's a rope from the top of your head pulling you upwards. You're one straight line from your sit bones all the way up into the sky. Reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, start without doming your back, start bringing your belly to your thighs, reaching forward. When you've reached your edge, bringing your hands down and tucking in your chin. Using any props if you need them to maybe elevate the ground to you. Elongating your entire body on the inhale, feeling yourself expand. And on the exhale, feeling yourself sink a little bit deeper into the fold. Breathing deeply into your belly. All effort is gone. Grateful for the body that you have. care you take of it for the time you're taking right now. Gently start rolling yourself back up into a seated position. Bend into the knees and scoot your bum to the middle of your mat. Soles of the feet planted ahead of you. Reach your arms forward and slowly roll down on an exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming flat onto your mat. Inhale, bring your right leg in towards your chest, give it a big squeeze. And exhale, use your left hand to guide it towards the left, reaching your right arm into a cactus and getting a nice twist. Inhale, you can feel your body stretching out, breathing in from every cell. And the exhales, you're twisting a little deeper. Inhale, coming back to center, bringing your right leg back long. And bring your left leg into your chest now. Tight squeeze. And use your right hand on an exhale to guide it towards the right, coming into a twist in the opposite side. Left arm cactus, upper body planted on the mat, or upper back. Imagining that every cell is taking in that love, that trust, taking in that air, everything that you need. You might find it helpful to put a color to it. Maybe you're imagining the air and energy around you as a gentle light blue. And on the inhales, this light comes into you and makes its way through your breath, from your head all the way to your toes. On the exhale, rolling onto your back and finding Shavasana. Legs long, palms open alongside you. Feeling that light, that energy course through your body. Finding stillness and silence. My voice will guide you out in 1 minute. side to side. Gently waking yourself up. Inhale, reach overhead, big morning stretch. And on your exhale, rolling over onto either side, coming into a fetal pose. Another opportunity to say something kind to yourself. Slowly peeling yourself off the mat, eyes still lowered or shut. Come into a seated position. Your hands in prayer at the center of your chest. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Shanti.